time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, and 4. Good luck.
Tonight, investigators launching probes into 2 alleged sexual assault incidents. This as Abaco police suspect arson after a vehicle was set to flames. And later, the political arena continues to heat up. Eyewitness News The Weekend Edition starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Linton Ritchie Jr. Thanks for joining us. Topping the weekend edition, police are investigating 2 separate alleged sexual assault incidents reported on Saturday, one of which has already led to an arrest. In the first incident, police say that shortly before 4 a.m., a male resident reported that an unknown man armed with a sharp object unlawfully entered his home off Wolf Road where he lives with his girlfriend. According to investigators, the female victim told officers she was asleep inside the residence when she was suddenly awakened by a lone male dressed in dark clothing. Police say the suspect entered through a window, sexually assaulted the woman, and then fled through the front door, heading in the direction of a nearby park. The victim sustained injuries to her finger during the ordeal and was transported to hospital for medical treatment. In the second incident, police report that around 9 a.m. on Saturday, a woman told officers she was at a business establishment in the Centerville area when she was picked up on a motorcycle by an unknown man. Police say the woman was taken to a residence off Charles Saunders Highway where she was allegedly sexually assaulted. As a result of that report, detectives from the Criminal Investigations Department has taken a 55-year-old man into custody in connection with that matter. Police say investigations on both incidents remain ongoing. Still talking news from the crime beat, police are investigating an alleged armed robbery that unfolded late Saturday night at a business establishment off Western Road. According to preliminary reports, shortly before 10:30 p.m., 2 masked men entered the establishment through separate entrances, immediately demanding cash and personal belongings from patrons and employees. Police say one suspect entered through the front door where he allegedly robbed several patrons of valuables, including jewelry and cellular phones. The second suspect reportedly entered through another door and became involved in a physical altercation with a male employee, during which cash was taken. Investigators describe one suspect as wearing dark clothing with a black mask, while the other was dressed in a red shirt with his face covered by a red cloth. Both suspects later exited through the front entrance and fled the scene in a white vehicle. Police say investigations into the robbery remain ongoing. Moving on to news from the island of Abaco, police are investigating a suspected arson after a vehicle was deliberately set ablaze in Dundas Town early Saturday morning. According to preliminary reports, shortly before 5 a.m., officers were called to a residential property where they discovered a silver vehicle fully engulfed in flames. The fire was later extinguished with assistance from the fire department. No injuries were reported, and while the vehicle was completely destroyed, police say no additional property damage was recorded. Investigators say arson is suspected, and inquiries into the matter are continuing. Talking news out of Grand Bahama, police are investigating a reported break-in at a local government office on Andrews Drive at Lewis Yard, which occurred on Friday. According to preliminary reports, shortly after 7 a.m., officers were alerted to the incident and responded to the scene. Police say investigators discovered that unknown individuals unlawfully gained entry through a rear northern door, causing damage to the property and stealing an assortment of construction materials. The value of the stolen items have not yet been determined, and investigations into the matter are ongoing. Some resolution tonight for nursing long-awaiting overtime payments. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darvo says the issue that brought public hospitals to a breaking point has now been resolved. The funds, he revealed, have been received, this following last month's sick-out triggering by the exhaustion of the overtime budget at the Public Hospitals Authority. Darrell says work is now underway with key stakeholders to ensure safeguards are put in place so a situation like this does not repeat itself.
Nurses was paid their overtime as far as I understand. It's very unfortunate how it happened. I'm still getting into the nuts and bolts of what went wrong, and so we're looking at some forensic analysis because every ministry have line items that are depleted. And it's important for the finance officers to red flag and say, hey, we're having a problem here. And it's always normal for you to go into your budget, make some adjustments, and when that's not available, go to finance on the emergency basis.
With nurses publicly expressing their disappointment with the government and PHA following the delay in overtime payments, Dr. Darville acknowledged their grievances, noting he believes when you work, you should be paid.
It's unfortunate. I didn't say much about it because it was a technical glitch, and we worked it out very quickly. But the reality is what happened. And I assure you that under this new system and our digital IT program, many of us will know way in advance when a line item is about to be depleted and act on it. I do it every day in my ministry. The PHA does it. Something happened. That's water under the bridge, but there was never intention not to pay people what they deserve.
Former Deputy Prime Minister Desmond Bannister has confirmed his support for former Prime Minister Hubert Minnis, who is contesting the Killarney constituency as an independent candidate, a seat he has represented for nearly 2 decades, despite the Free National Movement announcing it would not renominate Minnis and instead selecting Senator Michaela Barnett Ellis as its candidate. Bannister says his loyalty in Killarney lies firmly with Minnis.
I'm an F&M. I will always be an F&M. That isn't going to change. But in this election, I'm rocking with Doc. And I believe that he is going to win, and win big in Killarney, because he's given distinguished service in that constituency for decades.
Bannister emphasizing that from his view, Minnis has offered the best representation for his Killarney constituents, and therefore he is confident they will continue to stick by his side.
The people in Killarney, from what I've seen, the voters in Killarney appreciate having the type of representation he's brought. He's also represented them in Parliament in a distinguished way. When you watch him in Parliament, he always has his points. He can always debate intelligently. And he always speaks out for his constituency. So I expect that Dr. Minnis is going to win big, notwithstanding the fact that he may be an independent candidate.
Still talking news from the political arena tonight, the political battle lines are once again being drawn in Pine Ridge. Progressive Liberal Party candidate and MP Ginger Moxie says she's confident she will retain her seat, even as former rival Frederick McAlpine has announced his intention to return to the race as an independent. Moxie's comments come weeks after McAlpine confirmed his bid, setting the stage for a rematch in the constituency where in the last general election, Moxie won by nearly 300 votes.
I am fully confident that I will retain the seat. We've done a lot of work. We've been working from day one in all the communities. There's been tremendous progress throughout the length and breadth of Pine Ridge. We've been taking on a lot of legacy issues as well in that area. We're talking about downtown Freeport that was practically shut down for almost 20 years. We have, the incubator that's happening at the Royal Palm site.
Moxie says she will continue to campaign on a record and work done in the community, which she calls a success, noting she's confident the constituents will continue to throw their support behind her.
The bazaar is actually also in Pine Ridge now, and so we're dealing with that issue, as I've just said. And we have, road in Freeport Ridge that never had roads, paved roads. That's happening. Roads in Heritage, as well as 2 parks in Heritage. And so Pine Ridge, we've been doing a lot of work, and I've been staying in contact with the community, with the constituents. So I feel really, really good about where we're heading and the work that's already been done.
While on the other side, McAlpine is not backing down. The former MP told residents he will fight on their behalf and against the bureaucracy of party politics. While thanking his supporters who voted for him in 2021, McAlpine vowed to do his best and reminded them that he is still having the same power as any elected member of parliament.
As your independent MP, I can bring bills to parliament just as party MPs can. I can serve on House committees and call for select committees just as a party MP can. Independent MPs have the same rights and privileges in Parliament as all other MPs. If it is true that a party in power might ignore or shortchange a constituency because its MP is an independent, then this further shows that party politics can be more about hurting you in favor of their crew. This kind of politics must end, and I will stand against it at every turn. Politicians hate to be named and shamed. However, it has taken voices outside of the major parties in recent years to demand change and put pressure on the government to do right by the people. The Bahamian people need to have more MPs who are free to fight for them without the pressure of party politics.
And still to come tonight, the Ministry of Agriculture launches this year's Agri Expo 2026, showcasing the advancement of Bahamian agriculture. And later, an activist group is set to host a marriage, sustainability, and family conference. We've got more on that. But first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
Bahamian ownership in fly fishing is very important. Not only does it create opportunities for Bahamians, this is our industry, so we're proud of what we do. Opportunity is important. It's the story of my life, because with the opportunities, you can chart your own course. Prime Minister Davis and his team see the opportunities by providing these grants and what it can do for our country. It's just wonderful, and I'm glad to see these ventures working so that other people can get involved. This is real. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's help ourselves.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
Every great idea starts with courage. Every successful business starts with belief.
And every woman deserves the opportunity to turn her vision into reality. The Fox Foundation Women Entrepreneurship Initiative is back, bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever. This year, Give to Gain honors women who gave their very best, their time, their talent, their sacrifice, and their vision to succeed in innovation-driven and emerging industries.
This initiative is about investing in women who are ready to lead, build, and grow. It's about creating a real pathway to success in a new era of business.
This year's program features 2 dynamic panel discussions designed to inspire action at every level. This year also features a distinguished international speaker, bringing global insight, helping to empower women to think bigger and lead boldly.
We're proud to grant over $75,000 in funding to emerging businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs ready to take the next step. If you have an idea, a business, or a dream worth building, now is the time.
Grant applications are open until February 28th. This is more than just an event. It is a powerful networking experience.
Surround yourself with women who mean business.
Join us as we give to gain.
Give your best, build what's next, and gain what matters.
The Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training advises the public that the registration process of the 2026-2027 school year for public school students has commenced. Parents are urged to register their children before the deadline of the 31st of March, 2026. Here's what you'll need: your child's proof of identity, immunization card, their most recent transcript or report card, parents or guardians' proof of identity. Register before the deadline to ensure a seamless transition into the new school year. Don't delay. Register today.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
While Bahamian culture, agriculture, and innovation are set to take center stage as the government officially announces plans for Agri Expo 2026. Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources Jomo Campbell says the three-day event scheduled for April 10th through the 12th will feature a wide slate of events designed to put Bahamian culture, local producers, and innovation on full display.
A highlight of this year's expo will once again be the Battle of Islands Cooking Competition, a vibrant celebration of Bahamian culture, creativity, and cuisine. This friendly competition will showcase how our local ingredients can be transformed into dishes that tell the stories of our islands, reminding us that agriculture is deeply connected to tourism, culture, and our national identity. Additionally, we will have a junior chefs competition between high schools, which will occur on day one of the expo, when schools will be heavily involved. And we will also have the return of the popular Kiddies Corner that will include a petting zoo for the children to enjoy.
Campbell reaffirming that through the Agri Expo 2026, government will celebrate the nation's farming legacy while highlighting the future of food security, sustainability, and economic growth, promising an experience rooted in tradition and rich in opportunity.
By supporting local production, encouraging innovation, and creating pathways for young people to enter the sector, we are building a more resilient and self-reliant Bahamas. That is why our call to action this year is clear. Hashtag, let's get growing. Let us grow more food right here at home. Let us grow stronger value chains across our islands. Let us grow new ideas, new partnerships, and new opportunities for Bahamians. Agri Expo 2026 is an invitation to farmers and fishers, to students and entrepreneurs, and to families and community leaders to be part of the movement that is shaping the future of agriculture in the Bahamas.
As the Davis administration takes significant strides to address food security with the creation of its Golden Yoke program and other initiatives, opposition leader Michael Pintard had some suggestions. Pintard, who is the former Minister of Agriculture, says that when he was in the office, he left a plan for the government to follow.
I believe I am the most qualified public servant today that can drive an agriculture revolution in the country. Before I left as minister, I believe I played a role with my colleagues in setting the foundation for that to happen. Today, right now, if the government was to use the research that we conducted, they would have a blueprint on how to go about reducing that $1 billion food import bill. And secondly, we left a policy in place that requires 40% of all foods that are sold in the Bahamas should be bought first from Bahamians. That 70 cents of every dollar a government spends on food should be bought from a Bahamian. This government has failed to follow the studies we did, and they have failed to follow the policy that I left in place.
A woman is sending a call to Bahamians to love their neighbors. This after she learned of a devastating fire that destroyed the South Beach home of a woman she assisted just weeks prior. The home was in the bushes with only a small pathway cleared for the elderly mother that resided there along with her son. Tonight, she says she was saddened to see where the fire victim lived and is hoping that more residents can help those in need in our communities.
You know, we have to continue praying for each other. Even if you cannot help, just pray for our family, our neighbors. Show some type of, you know some people are living in certain conditions. You know that. Just try, even if it's a bag of rice, even if it's something, a plate of food a day. No, we all have our responsibility. Yes, I understand that, but even if it's something to help. But I'm certain a lot of persons know the lady and familiar with the lady in the area, because all she does, early morning she leaves, she walks up there, her head hang down, loaded down with bags. On one day, said, let me give this lady a ride. And that's how I get to know about her situation. She live, I actually passed the place.
She recalled the night she assisted the now victim and says she was saddened to learn of her conditions.
I said to my coworker, I said, hey, this the house where we dropped the lady, especially when I saw East Street South. I said, this the house where we dropped the lady, this the house where we dropped the lady. I said, see the lamp pole, see this 2-story house, the 2-story building where the guy was standing with the flashlight. This the house, and that's why we rushed here, because I knew the house. I knew the structure, I remember the lamp pole. She just went down this little narrow path, and all I said was, my God, it's amazing to see how some persons are really living in our society. It was really, really sad that night. I just left her there.
While the recent University of the Bahamas case study on sweethearting has sparked public discussions, there are still some groups agitating for the nurturing and development of the traditional family structure. The Marriage, Children, Family Alliance movement is hosting its inaugural Marriage, Family and Sustainability Conference tomorrow from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Fox Hill Community Center to close out the 3rd annual Bahamas National Marriage Week. The theme, Marry into the SDGs toward 2030 and a more sustainable Bahamas, according to conference host Cheryl Walking Alexandre, places a meaningful focus on all aspects, the family structure, and how it impacts our societies.
We have seen in many cases that the family and marriages have kind of disintegrated a lot, but that doesn't change the capacity or the potential that they have to be more powerful than anything else. And so specifically, we have strategically invited the electoral candidates in this season of elections, this election season. We have invited those persons because we want them to be aware of the latest research as it relates to how strong families impact the national development of a country. And the fact that we are seeing lots of concerns with that unit, it should concern our leaders.
Well, coming up in tonight's Sunday feature, the International School of Business, Entrepreneurship and Technology celebrates Business Week 2026. We'll tell you all about it coming up in our Sunday feature.
Okay guys, this is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This $150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2-ball. 10. Give me another 2-ball. 15. You spin, right? It don't look so. It's 10K. Name these games after me. Fruit Dragon.
Fruit Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Bronson disappointed us last time. You want to walk for this or you want to run for this? Good pace. Good pace. Not too much water. Put it down. Let's go.
It's the Bounce Back 150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week. 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck. Winners live here.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
Once something becomes the common behavior, it is the common behavior. When you operate at that level, personal emotions simply cannot float to the top.
For the average normal person that goes to the store, things like that affect us.
They must be judicious in the execution of their duty.
Well, I think whatever the nurses want, give it to them.
Pages, you know, you do everything on your phone now. You see how old he was?
What are we walking back? That Bimini is no longer an island?
That's
okay,
not
because
what he was trying
because
to
he also.
say. Well, I don't even know what breadbasket anymore either. What do y'all even say?
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Innovation and ambition were on full display in the heart of downtown Nassau as students from the International School of Business, Entrepreneurship and Technology stepped out of the classroom and into the marketplace. Here's the details.
I want to try to see if I can gain more customers. I want to be able to gain more people in the business.
Just to learn more about how to be a successful entrepreneur and to see how I could work the market.
The next generation of Bahamian entrepreneurs had their businesses on full display in Rawson Square as the International School of Business, Entrepreneurship and Technology celebrated Business Week 2026, taking students out of the classroom and into the field, teaching them to be their own boss. Executive Director and Principal of ISBET, Precious Fortune Thompson, says the opportunity for young entrepreneurs to branch out and learn business skills are crucial to their success.
They have to be in the field and they have to understand, like, what is it to get sales? You know, they have all these stalls, so they're probably like, why I haven't sold out as yet. What it looks like to manage their money, what it looks like to market themselves.
From native juices to tasty treats and homemade pizzas, students of ISBET gave their sales pitch on their products to locals and tourists while receiving on-the-spot feedback. Meet 12th graders Demario Hanna from Nick's Pastries and Timothy King from Crown Pretzels, who shared a little bit about their business ventures and the journey of entrepreneurship.
This experience has been very well, actually. I sell a bunch of pastries such as cookies, desserts, every different type of pastry I'm currently selling right now.
We sell cinnamon pretzels, pizza pretzels, and regular pretzels. We have lemonade, mango lemonade, strawberry lemonade, and regular lemonade.
Marketing and Communications Representative at ISBET, Michael Munnings, explaining that as the world continues to progress and the field of entrepreneurship grows, students must stay up to date with the trends.
We don't want them to just think of business and commerce as a class. You need to bring them into the market. They need to understand. For example, some booths have 4 students, but we only gave them 2 chairs. So you now need to walk Rawson Square with the teachers, of course, walk Bay Street, let persons know what's happening here today.
Well, that does it for us in the Sunday edition of Eyewitness News. From all of us here, I'm Linton Ritchie Jr. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night, everyone.